Fire signs, hello. I'm doing Aries first, then Leo, then Sagittarius. I'm going to take a look at what's getting started right now. We have a lot of fire energy happening right now, so I really wanted to dive into you guys together today. So let's take a look at Aries first, and I'll have timestamps up so you guys can scroll, and then your title will be on the screen too as well. So what is being ignited for you right now, Aries? What's being started? Because especially you, happy birthday. I have the 7 of Cups here at the bottom of the deck so far. And so there's a lot of things changing, shifting for you. The story right now is that you have a lot of options. You have a lot of things going on. And, some of you may be overwhelmed by that too. And you could be overwhelmed by the energy as well. So let's dive into this. Let's see what is actually being started. We have the new moon Aries coming up, and I see the Page of Pentacles showing up for you. All right, so something is a slow start, right? But we're making plans here. We're moving forward. So in love, life, I'm doing both, and then I'll look at Aries through Pisces at the end, and I'll get a message for the person that's on your mind as well, like I always do. But we're seeing here that actually things are getting started, right? So the Page of Pentacles can feel slow at times. It can feel like, slow messaging, or, you're waiting constantly for a sign. Maybe if you're waiting for money or an opportunity too, this is a sign that, just keep on mustering through what you're doing, because something is building for you. Now, this can bring in messages right now too, but it feels like also new prospects. Remember, the 7 of Cups energy is talking about attraction, people who are attracted to you. And there may be somebody subtle around you on Earth energy who is, taking their time, but definitely making plans here, getting ready to make plans, because we're looking at this new moon energy as a new start, right? And getting ready to reach out to you. Sometimes it's like, I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about the possibilities here of us, going further with this connection, right? And this can be new prospects as well. So for many of you who are single, right, this is trust too. Somebody could be trying to get to know you, but it's also you opening up and allowing yourself to get to know new people. Somebody's entering your life right now, and wanted to talk. Now, this could be somebody also for you guys that has been thinking about you for quite some time and just wants to message you, right? So you could get some random message this week too from somebody that you least expect, an old friend, or, at this point here, you can't really say a flame, but you could definitely say somebody who maybe has thought about potential, but never said anything to you. So you could get that conversation this week where somebody is, why didn't we ever get together? That kind of topic, right? So let's take a look at you and what's going on with you. Where the Sun card. So you got a great energy showing up for you. This is your birthday card. And I want to remind you that around your birthday is a whole solar return, a solar year. You're actually going through a reset right now, getting prepared for, depending on what age you're at, what cycle you're at, which chart you use or whatever, right? But you have a whole new year, this whole new goals this year. And you're getting started with all this Aries energy in your chart right now, which is lighting you up. So what's helping you right now is your confidence, right? The way you express yourself, the way you shine, the way you look, the energy that you're giving off. All right. There's some truth about you. There's some clarity about you. And there's something that people around you are really drawn to right now. All right. They're seeing this side of you. Maybe you're guiding people without even realizing it. You're helping other people step up and see themselves or their own confidence while you're around them. So you have a beautiful energy of being seen right now. So you're really standing out in a crowd. So work this, right, is what I'm getting for you. So what is fueling you right now? What's going on? Ace of Pentacles. You're wanting something new. Look at this. These two cards together is indicating really a lot of luck around you right now. So with all this energy that's showing up in the sky for you right now, man, you got the power, Aries. I've been saying this, my son's in Aries, right? I can see it in his life. He's just, all these new starts for him, all these get up and goes. His whole attitude is changing. The way he's even talking is changing. You've got an opportunity here for money to build wealth, a new path to travel down, making plans here, but invest in. And it seems like some of you are just so ready to get out of this old version of yourself, this old lifestyle, or whatever's been playing out for so long in your life. It's like you're needing some change right now. And I'm seeing that's what's fueling you. And so the opportunities here right now this week, maybe even a new position or a new partner or somebody making a solid offer, a solid commitment. But I can see that you're not, I mean, you're definitely in this energy of, I'm not taking anything less. This is what I want, right? So this is what you're pulling towards you. Let's take a look though at what you might be doing that could be also sabotaging your situation as well. And I see the 10 of Pentacles, right? Some of you jumping too far ahead. Some of you here, you know, maybe you got the Page of Pentacles, you got the Ace of Pentacles. I have two things coming through you that could be interfering with your progress right now. One could be family. One can be responsibilities. Other people put in responsibilities on you. One, you have, you know, these expectations you want. Maybe you have too many things that you have to pay for, too many things that you're doing at once, and you're overextending yourself. And this is where, you know, you are seeing here a new opportunity, a new avenue, so that you can bring in more to cover what it is that's weighing on you. Because it could be a financial stress, but it also could be family or family insecurities, other people seeing you doing well, and they're kind of weighing down on you. So you're going to have to really create some boundaries this week when it comes to who you're giving your energy to. All right. Because also here, are you over given, you know, whether it's money, whether it's spending, you know, because this is really weighing on you. So what Spirit just told me is that if you're connecting with somebody new, some of these, like some of you are ready for commitment. You're ready to make plans for the future. You're ready to buy this home. You're ready to marry. You're ready to just invest, right? But you can see that you need to start somewhere. And you need to choose wisely, especially with the 7 of Cups. If some of you are partying or dancing around with people that no matter what they give you, it's not fulfilling, and it just doesn't seem like it's going to get you there, that's where like you're really being asked to face some sort of truth right now and declare what it is you want. But also, too, there could be an opportunity, somebody around you that's wanting to make plans with you for the future, but you may be jumping in a little bit too fast, too. So, you know, remember that with all this fire energy. Fire likes to burn things down and go, right? You don't like things to get cold or stagnant, but you may be jumping too far ahead, and Spirit's just saying, take it one day at a time here. You are off to a good start, right? So this is about enjoying the journey, because you have the Ace and the 10 of Pentacles here, which is like you still got steps to go. You may be trying to rush into a relationship, and if something is blocked, right, it could be because somebody's not fulfilling you, and they're not fulfilling you. And so they may not be the ones that can get you to where you want to go. All right. So it's just about questioning this week. It doesn't mean your person, you know, or somebody in your life right now couldn't be pure potential, but it's going to be you making some sort of choice, though, whether or not what they are giving you is fulfilling you. All right. So where is all this actually headed, though, for you right now? And I'm seeing the 6 of Pentacles. Some of you have been given so much of your time and effort, right? You've been just giving and giving and giving and waiting for that return. All right. And we're seeing mutual respect. We're seeing mutual give and take. We're seeing the law of reciprocity here, right? And for many of you, this is where Spirit is trying to push you to. God is trying to push you to, divine, whatever you want to call it, right? It's trying to push you to where your life is in a balance. Are you, like I said, if the sabotaging is coming from, you know, you're trying to live a certain lifestyle, or you have certain expectations of what you want, and you know you're jumping ahead of yourself, you know, you could be putting yourself in debt or holding yourself back from, you know, potential here with the Page of Pentacles, you know, and that's where you're given so much of your energy to people that are not fulfilling you, and you know it, and you need to, you know, decide, you know, I know what I want, and if I'm not getting that, if I'm not feeling supported by the people around me, you're going to have to make a list if you want to move forward. You don't have to do anything. This is just a suggestion. Make a list of who's taking your energy and not giving back, and who you giving your energy to, and they're constantly showing up for you. This is where this energy for you right now this week is going to be huge, right? And it's when you make this decision, you're seeing that the universe is trying to bring your life into a pleasant balance where you're getting that respect and that support that you long for, right? And what I'm also seeing too is that you may not have to do anything, whereas some people here too from your family and other people that are trying to give to you, maybe even showing up in your life this week, you're going to notice that they may even be bombarding you with gifts, bombarding you with, let me help, bombarding you. So it's going to be a clear contrast this week between who is offering support and who is not offering support, right? And some of us tend to focus the Five of Pentacles on the people who are not offering support because it's like you feel like you did something wrong and you want to prove something. But Spirit is saying focus on the ones who are really showing up for you this week. All right. So what are you being called to? What's your advice, right? The Nine of Swords. All right. This is a really big one for you before I get into Aries through Pisces. All right. You're letting stuff go on for way too long. You're worrying about things, you know, you're holding yourself back because you don't want to regret any decisions. You don't want to give up on something because you're afraid you will regret it. But I'm going to tell you right now with this card here, these cards here that are showing you up right now, you know, once you let go of something and worrying about somebody who's not supporting you, all right, I'm going to tell you the truth. You're giving this person in your life more than anybody else has given them. So if you were to walk away and not worry about this person, you are already valued. You're just given way more than they appreciate, right? So when you do finally stop worrying about this and you pull away and you walk away, they're going to miss you. They are going to miss what you give them because they never got that much, right? But you are still trying to figure it out. You're trying to like, what is wrong? Why? Because it's not you. It's not you, Aries. You are being, this is a deep, Chiron's in Aries. It's a deep thing. You're being asked to, you know, stop worrying about whether or not you're going to do something wrong or right, because you know you're stepping up and showing up for yourself, right? So you are being asked to sort of, you know, step out of this overthinking and second guessing yourself, right? Or letting somebody else's reactions to you ruin your day and make you think less of yourself because of something they say or do, all right? So that's what I have for you. And let's see Aries through Pisces real quick. So I want you to focus on the person who is on your mind. All right. Now, the energy that comes through for the person on your mind, according to this reading today, it's going to tell me whether somebody is putting in the energy or not putting in the energy. You have free will. You have ultimate choice. I will see, it looks as though you're getting some sort of communication this week and realizing some sort of truth here around the situation you're in. So each zodiac sign, I want you to meditate because it'll tell me what energy to expect with them this week. Only take what resonates, all right? All right, Aries through Pisces. Aries, justice card coming in for you. So I'm seeing things coming, you know, honest conversation. You know, you have really, this is where closure comes in, Aries. So this is almost even stamping your whole reading here, the justice card. It's time to stand in what you already know. It's time to hold people accountable. It's time to hold yourself accountable. This week, you and another Aries on the same page. It looks like you guys are figuring it out. You're working it out or finding closure, making peace with a situation. Taurus, I see the Two of Cups, right? Taurus is in love with you or is feeling something deeply for you. This week, you could have a deep conversation with a Taurus. It seems like it's mutual attraction. So I will say with the Taurus, according to the reading up here, it is slow and consistent, but you'll notice it starting to pick up a little bit more. But I feel like if you just slow down and enjoy the process with the Taurus, it's going to be more promising at the end. This is more likely to lead to a Ten of Pentacles with a Taurus. All right, so you both feel each other and feel comfortable with each other, but also you may trigger each other. All right, Gemini, I'm seeing the Eight of Wands, right? So things could move pretty quickly this week with Gemini. Expect honest conversation, all right? But there's a lot of fire here. So I feel like you and Gemini, I feel like this is going to be a week where I just feel like it's reciprocated, all right? You guys, same thing with Taurus, reciprocated. So far I'm seeing with even Aries, reciprocated, right? But with Gemini, it's like, you know, things can get really heated really quick with you guys, but it seems like if things get heated, you guys will skirt past it really quickly. I get a very good energy with you and Gemini in communication. Cancer, I have 3 of Pentacles. I also feel like you and Cancer this week, you know, you guys realize the potential with the connection. You both like certain things about each other, and I am seeing playing together, you know, kindly in the I was gonna say playpen or the sandbox, right? It looks like you guys are working things out, and you really will all support each other. So things looking good for you and a Cancer. Leo, I see the Emperor card. So Leo is like, lead the way, Aries. All right. So I see a Leo stepping up. Leo really respects you. And, you know, so taking charge this week. You guys could be making peace this week or making plans, right? One or the other. Virgo, let's see, that's Virgo, right? Virgo, I have the 4 of Pentacles. All right, Virgo's not giving you enough. All right, but see, they're giving you just enough for you to hang on. All right, you feel like, all right, I know there's something there. Well, I'm gonna say this: Virgo is having a hard time opening up. So, but that's not a reason to stay with somebody. All right, it's like Virgo really cares, but they're scared, right? They're frugal with their energy and their time. So you're still dealing with kind of a stubborn energy here with the Virgo. Now, you know, this could build into something in the future, but maybe Spirit's asking you to let go a little bit of the outcome here. Libra, Knight of Wands, a lot of fun energy with you and a Libra, right? A lot of spice, a lot of fire. This could be a really good week with you and a Libra, getting up and getting things going. Seems like you're feeling more confident. They're feeling more confident about the situation. So it could have some surprises this week with a Libra. Scorpio, the Magician. Scorpio is all about making it work, all right, Aries? Scorpio is on your side. Scorpio this week, very attracted to you. This could even be a new Scorpio that's just finding you very attractive. All right. But, you know, there could be game playing between the 2 of you at times or miscommunication. Pay attention to that. But it does feel as though you both are on the same page, very attracted to each other and wanting to work things out. Sagittarius, 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords, Sagittarius. You got to ask some questions here. There's some sneaking around. There's some tiptoeing, all right, around truths. All right. They're not always being honest about their intentions or being honest or they're being dishonest about their energy. Maybe they feel like they're giving enough to you, but they're not. And you know it. They're stealing your energy. So I feel like Sagittarius this week, you know, you need to ask some questions. Capricorn, I see Queen of Wands, feeling more confident with a Capricorn this week, all right? They're feeling your energy, even if the distance is there or whatever. They're feeling your energy, and there's something about you that, you know, they want to see this transpire into something. All right, so you get a lot of fire showing up for you, Aries. Aquarius, I see the 10 of Cups. So Aquarius is still hanging on to the thought of you guys being together. This week could be movement. You guys could be hanging out, talking. I do see 1 cup here, so maybe it's even the start between you and an Aquarius. Pisces, I see 9 of Pentacles. All right, so Pisces kind of going solo this week or wanting more time to themselves this week. All right, but I wouldn't get intimidated by that. It feels like, you know, they are very independent and they do put more into themselves than the connection. But if you're okay with that, then you're okay with that. You're not dealing with somebody that's avoiding you. You're just dealing with somebody that is a bachelor or bachelor energy. All right, I love you guys. Look at this. I need to show you something. Page of Pentacles at the bottom of this deck. So I am feeling like the Page of Pentacles for you is very, very prominent. It's going to be trusting, truthful, sincere energy this week with the ones that really want to make plans with you moving forward. You will see the contrast, all right? You will know. And you can choose not to know, and you can choose to still try to work with people who are not supporting you. But at the same time, it's not going to make you very happy, not with this energy, all right? I love you guys. And let's move into Leo. Leo at, let me see, let's do Leo at 20 so I can get a good shuffle. Hello, everybody. What's up? Tito, April, Angel, my girl. All right, don't forget I'll be in membership after this. For those of you not in my membership, you're missing out. Missing out. But all you guys are. All right, let's see. Rachel, hello. All right, Leo. Let's get a really good energy. Let's see. We're looking at what's being started right now. All right. All right, Leo, we're looking at what's being started right now. So we have the new moon Aries coming up and we have a lot of fire right now. I can feel it. I can feel it, right? And so let's see what's going on here. There's going to be some fire, some things burning up, some things burning out, and you guys don't sit around very long. All right. So that's the good news with you, is that your endings don't last as long as a water sign's endings at times, right? You're like, you pick yourself back up and you go, right? So let's see. Rest in period right now. So maybe some of you have been feeling, you know, like you just need a break, you need to recoup, you need to kind of take a rest, chill, hang out, vacation. I see vacation time. All right. So there may have been some silence right now, but things are actually, this is the calmness, right? So maybe you just went through something and now you're doing a reset. All right. So let's see what is actually starting right now. So if you notice things are getting kind of quiet, or they've been silent for you right now, or you just feel like things are too quiet, I would say they're not going to stay too quiet for long. So don't panic. Okay. And I forgot to put your banner up. Sorry, Leo. Let's put your banner up. Sorry. All right. So let's see what's being ignited right now. Look at this, 2 of Wands. So it's already, you already have a plan. All right. But now it's like, I think the biggest thing for you is what's next? When's it going to happen? All right. So that's where I'm seeing the 4 of Swords here for you. Relax, relax. Something just got started. Maybe you met somebody, talked to somebody, you know, somebody's interested, you're interested in somebody, or you just started manifesting a new idea, but you don't know what's next, right? You want something, but you don't know how to get there yet, right? So we are seeing here, you're standing at the precipice. You're standing here at, you know, it's like, which way do I go? You're still kind of hanging on to something a little bit. Maybe some of you still feeling like you need to find closure with somebody or a situation, but you already know you have. You just, you know, there's always that part where you're just like, oh, but, you know, do I want to, you know, I'm just not ready, you know, but a part of you, a big part of you already knows you're ready to move on from something and try something new. And so let's see what's helping you, what's working for you and what's not working. Let's see the Hermit card. Some of you have been kind of stuck in your house for too long. Some of you have been thinking about something for a long time. And so you keep hanging on to what you know. You keep hanging on to your patterns, and you may just be a little bit kind of hesitant about, you know I'm ready. The light's on here. I want to go. Do you need to dust yourself off, shave your beard, trim? I don't know. What do you need to do? What do you need to do? You're the only thing that's holding yourself back right now. It's like, I think you're just caught up in your routine. You're used to being in your own way. You want things easy, or you don't want any challenges from anybody. You don't want any problems from anybody, right? So for me, it feels like Leo's like, I can do it tomorrow, because it's you. You're in control of this. You know, you can either call back the old person, or you can hang out and still think, or you can play video games. You can do whatever you want, right? But you know your heart is desiring something so much, like some maybe you want to go work out, maybe you want to go hang out with somebody new, maybe you want to get a new job, right? Whatever it is, you're going, I'm okay, I can wait, I'll do it. But you're not getting any younger. That is the fixed energy of you, right? Because this isn't bothering you that much. This is why it's not exciting for you right now, and you keep playing around with the same old, same old. You don't feel the pressure as much, maybe, right? I can give or take it. I'm at a crossroads. I can't, but I guarantee if you decide to jump and go, and whatever it is that's like aching on your mind that you really want, as soon as you decide to get your ass out there and go and take because this is all in your control. This is your control. The 2 of Wands says you're the one holding yourself back. Nobody else is holding you back. So if you're interested in somebody, or you want to get going in a new relationship, or you want a new job, you would have it tomorrow, because that's your energy, Leo. That's your confidence. That's how you attract in. As soon as you want something, that's where your power's at, right? That inner strength of yours. All right. So what's actually fueling you right now? The Tower card. Maybe there's a lot going on in your inner world or your home life, right? You don't want to shake things up. Maybe things are a little bit more unstable than you realize, or you don't want to shake things up, right? So I'm going to clarify that, because the Tower can be a big one. It's like a bunch of truths. Like, you know the truth. I got a huge awakening here. You're wanting to bust out of something, but maybe you're not wanting to shake up the comfort of other people, right? Or you're not wanting to shake up the comfort. You're not wanting to move. You're not wanting to move out of your home. You're not wanting to move out of your situation. It's just uncomfortable right now. So I do have Aries and Scorpio energy. I have Virgo energy for you. But this Tower card is eventually going to, you're feeling shaken up inside. You're feeling this urge. So I know there's something going on. You're feeling this calling or this passion or this pulling, right, inside of you. And it's going to keep getting louder and louder and louder until you follow this calling. This is going to explode, because if you're keeping something inside so much and you're just like, yeah, I can do it tomorrow, it's not going to wait much longer, because it's starting to bubble inside of you. You are being called. Now, maybe some of you are dealing with some financial stress or uncertainty in your life, right? And there's other things. So some of these things could be coming up for you as well, too. Some of these things that you've experienced or that you keep inside of you, because very quiet, very introverted. Other people might not know these things are going on with you, but these things are coming up for you to realize that this is all in your head, right? These are things, excuses, right, that are keeping you back. But something is pulling you, and something's asking for your attention right now, and you're being pulled to shake up your life, which means you may need to clear up some things in your life, and it might be uncomfortable. Maybe that's why you're going, I just don't really want to shake up my life right now. But you're holding yourself back. You're holding yourself back from your own happiness. All right, so let's see. What's your sabotage, right? The 9 of Cups, right? Moderation and overindulgence. And, this is also kind of, you're comfortable in whatever you're doing, right? And, this is, maybe some of you don't even know what you desire anymore. You could be even questioning that too. But you just feel like you're not satisfied with life right now. You're not satisfied with the way things are going. But a lot of you are not changing it, right? You're just not happy with the way things have turned out. Maybe you feel safer in the silence. So where's all this actually headed to? Look at this. The universe is trying to pull you back together. I don't know what's going on with you, Leo, because yesterday in the All Signs, you were actually kind of going through something in that reading too when it comes to love. And it's like, maybe something has kind of wore you down right now. But I'm telling you right now, you have a great awakening happening right now. You may have gone, or you're trying to avoid, or you just already went through some shakeup, but you're not happy. You're not internally happy. Nobody else may know this because you're good at hiding it, but you're being pushed out the door right now. So you may be avoiding it right now, but maybe this weekend that's coming up, because this weekend's going to be powerful. This weekend is going to be Tower energy. And something may be coming in that is going to shake things up for you, because Spirit is trying to get you back, or get you to you. Where have you lost yourself? Where have you lost your confidence? So this is accelerating. This week's going to accelerate this process where something definitely is changing in your life. So let's see what you're being called to rise to. All right. Denial, getting out of your head, quit lying to yourself. Right. If this is the separation of a household, if this is the separation of a job, if this is breaking out of, years of doing something, or stories that you thought that you were comfortable in, you got comfortable in a situation that was not fulfilling you. And you, with the pride, with the Leo strength, you can mask it and you can be the strong one, but you're not being asked to be strong right now. You're not being asked to hold this back any longer. This is you. This is Spirit kicking your ass out the door, saying this isn't your job. This isn't your job. Your job is to be you and come back to where you're at. You may be making excuses, lying to yourself about other people, or, denying yourself, more so denying yourself, or just kind of like ignoring red flags and, hoping things just change on its own. But that's not happening for you. You're being asked to step up here. All right. So it's going to be a very powerful week for you. That's going to bring you back into a place of confidence. And this here, so you have two paths that are becoming clear for you this week. One is going to require courage, right? To face some sort of truth. The other one is going to be pushed. You're going to be pushed. I feel like the universe is kicking your ass out the door. All right. Universe is saying you've been kind of, look at this. This is not a Leo energy. This is a Virgo energy. Virgo's okay with being isolated. Virgo's okay with being quiet. Now you may have, I mean, Leos can be quiet and hang out in their house and be, but you need more fire. If your fire dies out, everything else around it is just going to be chaotic. All right. You're not going to be happy. So this is where this week is kind of, one direction is pushing you out your comfort zone, and the other one is asking you to have courage. All right. And let's see Aries through Pisces. So maybe you're meant to take a little bit of a break here, reset, recoup, so you can prepare for this, this huge awakening that's happening. So think about the person that's on your mind. Let's tap into the love portion. With everything that is showing up in your reading, it looks like you have a choice here. You're at a crossroads. Do I trust this, or do I finally face the truth, right, when it comes to a relationship? So let's see what kind of energy your person is showing up on. Meditate right now. Think about the person. And let's see if they see you. Are they really moving towards you? Are they pulling you down? Are they pulling you down, right? You got to pull yourself back up. Now, this doesn't mean you need to move on from somebody. So I do want to make this clear. This does not mean, these cards, the way I read it, that you have to move on from somebody. But somebody else's energy could be draining yours. And it's time for you to take back your power. So let's see what's going on here. All right. So Aries through Pisces. Aries, you have the 5 of Pentacles, all right? So it looks like Aries is constantly focusing on things not working out. There is kind of a negative vibe here with an Aries, but it's a mindset shift, all right? Maybe you're dealing with an Aries that's pushing you away, right? You feel like, why are you being like this? What's going on? But this energy can weigh on you. It can make you feel like you've done something wrong. They're constantly pulling away from you. All right. So you, this week, you're being asked to maybe try to, pull your energy back from them so they're not sucking the life out of you, right? They may have even a fear of being rejected by you. So you do have an energy here of sort of a negative mindset when it comes to an Aries. They tend to focus on things not working out, whereas you're probably getting used to this combination and you keep trying, but they're not giving a very supportive energy for you. All right, so this is some change coming in for you in an Aries. You got to face some sort of truth here about whether or not you're happy. It doesn't mean you have to move on, just whether or not you're happy. Taurus, yay, this is great. 8 of Wands. You and Taurus, things kind of moving and grooving with you and a Taurus. A lot of honest conversation, right? You and Taurus can work well together. Sometimes that fire you have gets them up and going, and it feels like this could be a week where things are shifting for you guys. Now, it's talking about movement. It's talking about, having honest conversations, being real with one another. But it looks like you and your Taurus here could really move past some shit this week, or really just your relationship could really start accelerating. All right. So I see a lot of passion, a lot of communication and fun. All right. Gemini, I see the 5 of Wands. We're looking at conflict with the Gemini. All right. So be aware of that. It looks like a battle of the wits. It looks like who's one up in the other, or constant competition, ego, and tension. All right. So you may need to decide this week. Again, you have the 5s, where you're going to participate in this, because it looks like a Gemini. You may be putting a lot of fight into this with a Gemini, but it looks like it could be draining you. And sometimes we do need to take a step back and just give something space for a minute to let something work itself out, because this may be a constant conflict and something needs to change between the two of you. Now, Cancer, I see the Six of Wands, right? So Cancer and you seem to be moving head on, you know, moving forward, maybe even talking about where things could possibly go. All right. If you've been going through some challenges with your Cancer, it looks like you're finding some sort of resolution to the conflict, right? Things looking good. They definitely like what they see and they appreciate you. Leo, you have the Three of Pentacles. So where are you being supported this week? Where are you just trying to make things work just to keep the peace? So you may need to ask yourself this week, who's really a team player? Who's really putting in enough effort for you, you know? And you have the Three of Pentacles. It's you and another Leo. You guys can really make this work, all right? Things are coming together. But I do feel like you're going to be questioning this week, who is really putting in the work and putting in the effort? Who's worth my time? All right. I got to rebuild here. I want something different. You know, I could stay, we could stay, but that's not working anymore. Come on, Leo. You need more fun, more passion. All right. We have Virgo, Justice card. So realizing whether, you know, this can work or not this week with the Virgo, getting some sort of truth, you know, coming to some sort of truth, you know, not going against what you know already though, too. You know, you got to defend your position. It seems like this week you could either be making peace or finding closure with the Virgo. You know, we got to make things balanced, make things right. Libra, I see Seven of Pentacles. I see you could be making plans with a Libra this week. All right. We're turning in a new direction. It might not be exactly what you think, but it definitely is moving forward. You know, we need to talk about the future. That could be the big talk you're having this week, but you're getting sick of waiting. I know that. So a Libra needs to get on the same page. It looks like we need to have the talk. Scorpio, 10 of Pentacles. You and Scorpio doing well together. You know, again, in this deck, I'm seeing, you know, there could be an offer. There could be like, hey, let's get this going. Let's start something. It could be a new start, a reconciliation with the Scorpio. But it looks like you guys really want the same thing. So getting together with a Scorpio. Sagittarius, you have is that the four? Yeah, you have the Four of Swords here with a Sagittarius. So you may be taking a little bit of break with the Sagittarius this week. Just remind yourself it's only for a couple days. There's a lot of fire right now. Maybe you guys just need a little bit of space to recover. All right, it's only temporary. Capricorn, I see the Page of Cups. Capricorn coming in with some sweet nothings and I love yous. You know, getting something started here. They definitely have feelings for you. All right, so this could be a new beginning energy for some of you. Maybe you don't even expect it, right? This could be a surprise. Aquarius, the Strength card. So this is where you're going to have to find strength or courage, right, with an Aquarius. You know, I can't keep staying strong, right? I can't keep being this way. You know, you guys are opposite signs, right? Sometimes you need to be vulnerable and speak your truth, right? And, you know, this week it's about that. It's about, I need the courage to, you know, really speak. You know, if we're really this strong, if this bond is really that strong, then I should have faith and trust that it's going to work itself out. Because you are very loyal to them, right? You're very loyal to your Aquarius and there is something going on here, but you may be feeling like you're the one that's always carrying the weight. So it could be a conversation that we need to have about this. Pisces, I see Wheel of Fortune. So things are definitely moving with you and a Pisces and it's karmic, right? So it's actions and consequences. They could be coming around trying to fix something or turn something around or hoping to. It's not a guarantee, but it's definitely taking a chance and seeing if it works, right? Seeing if we can make it change. All right, Leo. All right, let me know what you think. Do you guys like me doing them together like this? It seems like I can get them out a lot easier. I'm going to try and do, well, tomorrow I do all signs, but I'm going to try and do water on Thursday and then Friday air and then have earth out on Saturday. I'm going to try and do it that way, see if I can keep up with them. Demanding, guys. But when I have the Aries energy that I have right now, I think I can get it out there for you guys. Sagittarius. All right. I love it too. Thank you. All right. I got so much fire right now because of that Mars. All right, Sagittarius. I'm your biggest fan, Sagittarius. All right. I'm like, just a couple degrees, please. Can I just change my moon? Let's see. Sagittarius. So what's being started right now in your life? Your love, your life. We have the new moon coming up, Sag. So let's see what's getting started for you. All right, the World card, overall energy. So the story today is going to be around closures of chapters and things coming together, but this is a beautiful energy, Sag. This is like we've made it, right? We've made it. I've made it. This part of my life is over. Sayonara. Let's get out of here. Let's get ready for this new doorway. So right now you may be feeling confused in some ways, right? Like, all right, what do I do now? You know, it reminds me when I left Costa Rica and I left back a lot of baggage there, you know, from a retreat I did. And I remember coming back to the States being like, what's next? I just don't need that story anymore. I don't need this person anymore. I don't need that lifestyle anymore. I don't need this car anymore. I don't, whatever it is. There's going to be some completions right now for you where, you know, it feels very satisfying for you, right? On many levels. Now, for some of you, the World card it could be sometimes, you know, there's always some sort of grief when you're closing something up, right? It's like, oh, I know I got to let something go. I know I've got to move on from something, but it's not as hard as it would have been maybe months ago, right? Now it's like you're seeing where you're being pushed into something new. All right. So look at this, the 9 of Pentacles underneath that. So there could be some major success coming in for you when it comes to your monies, your independence, right? Your confidence changing. You're starting to become more confident about yourself, right? So let's see what is starting. Look at this, the 10 of Swords, right? So the most difficult part of your life is over. Many of you might have just gone through some major divorce, major heartbreak, or you've just gone through many. This card doesn't mean that you've had, like, you just didn't just have the most difficult day yesterday. This can be a compilation of, like, come on, man, how many more times of this shit, right? It's like, you've learned your lessons. This is Saturn energy, and this is saying Sag is going, look, I'm done. I'm done. All right. I'm putting all that in the past and I'm getting ready to move forward. So we are seeing here that you have a complete clean slate right now, that whatever you've been going through, whatever disappointment that's been going on in your life, there is an ending to that right now. All right. So let's see what's helping or hurting you when it comes to yourself. The 2 of Cups. All right. So it looks like you're ready. It looks like you're so open and ready no matter what you've been through. This is what I love about my Sagittarius is, all right? It's like you're like, you know, fuck it, you know, can't beat them, join them, or you're like, you know, shit, it's over. I'm going to go out for a party, or I'm going to go travel to another country. Like, it's just something about your personality that helps you get past things. It's like you don't carry your shit from the past. You don't carry, depending on where you have Sagittarius energy, you may mourn, but you mourn a little bit differently, I think, than other signs. Like you get over shit quicker, or you tuck things too, and you're like, yeah, I'll deal with it another time. But it doesn't fester for you. And as soon as you meet somebody new, it's almost like, hey, you give them a clean slate. And that's what I love about my Sagittarius is. It's like I could walk up to a Sag and be like, you know, start talking to you, and I won't even know that you could have just, you know, had the worst heartbreak of your life, right? You're just ready. You're so ready. That's what's helping you. And there's also a relationship maybe coming in for you, something starting up for you. And so if you have been kind of going through a difficult period, and I'm feeling like with my fire signs, you like to keep things, you don't like to, you like to keep things surface level. You don't like everybody knowing what the hell's going on deep inside. Or if you start punching holes in the walls, that's how we know, right? But I am seeing here that, you know, whatever you've been going through, that's about to change, because somebody here, it looks like, trying to come into your life, or a conversation coming your way, that where it's just like sparks are starting up here. Now it's a new energy, but it also can be a conversation with somebody over something difficult that's happened, and maybe a new understanding. So somebody is starting to understand you a lot better right now. So what's actually pushing you right now? And I'm seeing the Four of Wands. Some of you really, really feeling a strong pull to ground in on a relationship, roots. You're going back to what's important to you. You're feeling a call in when it comes to, who I'm letting into my house, who I'm letting into my life. All right. I want something real. I'm ready for, some of you are just ready for, the real thing. You don't want to be playing the field anymore. You don't want to be dealing with just the passion anymore, because you know that you guys can get that on call. All right. You just know it. You can have the fun when you want the fun, but if the fun runs out, and sometimes you're like, well, this just isn't satisfying anymore. It looks like you're really wanting some pure happiness to come into your life. And this is really carrying into your relationships. All right. So this is showing me that you're naturally calling in. You may have gotten rid of some sort of situations in your life that were just draining you. And I'm seeing you're making space here for people that want to come into your life, that really want to be there. All right. So building these foundations, building new roots with people, and also new standards. I'm feeling like you've got to have certain things covered before you come into my life. That is really important for you. It's like I can see that you can see right away whether somebody else is going to fit the bill or not, because you don't want to go through any of this anymore. All right. So what is it that you do that might sabotage those? So this is your challenge card, Sag. All right. We're looking at what, Queen of Cups. Sometimes you can be emotional. Sometimes you can take things personal. Sometimes you can you can close off emotionally. All right. You may not know how to express yourself emotionally, or you feel uncomfortable expressing yourself emotionally. But I am seeing one of the ways you sabotage yourself in a relationship, either you emotionally detach, you keep people distant because you don't want them to get too close, right? The Ten of Swords, I don't trust you, water energy. So some of you could have a lot of water in your chart. But also here, you may get emotionally attached too quickly. So that's also could be a way you could, get in your way with a relationship that causes pain. It's like, I'm going to care for you. I know what to do. I know I can fix this. You don't need that anymore. You need somebody who comes into your life who already can fix their own problems. All right. We're not trying to start where you're fixing somebody, but you may have a tendency to do that. Nurture, jump in, give your heart too quickly. Right. But now you're being asked to step up. You are being asked to step up, and right out the front door. If somebody's not matching your frequency, if somebody's not showing up for you, you're being asked to walk past it. All right. I think naturally you're going to do this anyways. There's too much fire happening right now. And it just feels like, don't take things personally. Also, what I want to say to you too, because of this fire energy, other people may take things you say personally. Right? Because you can maybe emotionally react, or you can say something, because this is water energy, could even be Scorpio here too. You may say things to people and they are not ready to hear it. And this is where some other people may think that you get personal, you say things that could hurt their feelings, right? Well, you got to toughen up, right? Toughen up. Toughen up. All right. So that's what I'm seeing here for you. So where's all this headed? Eight of Cups. You are evolving. You are walking more towards a happier life, more satisfying relationship. You are leaving behind unhealthy patterns in a relationship. You're leaving behind people who only show up for you part-time. It looks as though you're just ready for something. If you're not going to give me what I need, I'm choosing my own path, right? And this is where you're walking into a relationship. Some of you could meet somebody new this week, right? Could be a water sign that you meet in. But for some of you, because you're not dealing with any more bullshit, you may be on the same page with your person this week, right? Having that conversation, right? But you're not tolerating any more of this. You're not giving anybody more benefits of the doubt. All right. You're choosing you. And if somebody doesn't want to follow you, then you're leaving them behind. Right. This isn't the week where no man left behind. This is more of, I'm going my way. And if you want to follow, you better keep up. That type of week for you but you do have a lot of emotional energy here. So be aware of, your feelings this week as well. So What are you being called? What's going on with you? The Fool card. You are being called to step up on a new path, right? And learn what you need to learn from your past. This is very powerful for you. You can see that where you're headed, Sag, is like nowhere you've been. So the Fool card is asking you to jump in, take a leap of faith, right? The Fool card, Aries energy, is always about initiating and new beginnings, right? But also it is discernment. You've learned, you have all the experiences in the world. Don't ignore red flags. So you are being asked to give yourself a fresh, clean slate moving forward. You are moving on a new journey, right? And give it, have some faith in the fact that you've learned your lessons, right? But also this card here is saying when you see the red flags, you gotta jump past them sooner, right? Next them, right? So you are being called to step up into a new position. If you have somebody on your mind, right? I do have water and I have fire, Aries, showing up for you. You also have an energy of what you think might be happening this week. It's probably the opposite. So keep that in your mind. If you're expecting something to go a certain way, this doesn't mean it's bad. This doesn't mean it's going to be bad. It just means that sometimes the Fool card, Uranus energy, it says you may have a plan, but your plans change. So just kind of roll with it this week, right? So you may be expecting something to turn out one way and it could surprise you, right? Or you may be expecting something to turn out some way and it might not turn out because you're being pushed to go in a new direction. So just be aware of that kind of energy this weekend, especially with Uranus. So let's take a look at Aries through Pisces. Think about the person that's on your mind. Meditate. Let me know in the comments if you like this style of reading and if it resonated. So think about your person. We see a Two of Cups here for you, okay? So I'm seeing what's working for you is a conversation with somebody this week that could bring you and another person closer together, all right? But I am seeing that you're leaving some bullshit behind. So there may be a couple signs that show up that say you're moving on from it, like you're done with it. But it's on, remember, it's on the World card for you, Sag, says you're ready. So it's not like if you're not ready, don't take it. But this reading today is saying if you're ready, you're going to know it. So let's see the person's energy, Aries through Pisces. All right, look at the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. That tells me also, things, making quick choices, things moving fast, but what you assume to be true might be the total opposite. All right, Aries, Page of Pentacles. Aries had the Page of Pentacles, I believe, in their reading, if you look. So it looks like you and Aries really starting something. Remember, slow and consistent. So you could get a message this week. This is, it could be anywhere from I really want to get to know you, or I'm really liking where this is going. Very sincere, maybe slow moving, but it's moving. It's not breadcrumbing. I don't call that bullshit in unless I see it, all right? And I'm also seeing here too that this could be even an apology for some of you. Like, maybe I was seeing something wrong and I'm understanding you now. So can we give this a clean slate? Taurus. I see the Judgment card. So making a huge decision about your relationship and the direction of your relationship this week. Some big truths coming out. So be ready for them. You guys like that, but this is where you and Taurus deciding, do we give this a second chance? Can we let go of any resentments? Can we let go of any blame? Can we let go of any fears? Sometimes it's just fears, So there's a huge decision around the direction of this relationship this week with a Taurus. Gemini, the High Priestess, right? So there's still some things that you need to be aware of, right? You guys have a spiritual connection. It does feel like you guys both are very interested in each other. But you can't always trust this card because your intuition, if you're fearful or if you're doubting something or they're doubting, sometimes your intuition can lead you in the wrong direction. So what this card is saying is this week, it might be kind of quiet between you and a Gemini, but really ask yourself, just give it a little bit more space. It could be a couple of days. Maybe it's delayed messages, right? Your fears could make you think otherwise. So try to, make sure you're not thinking your intuition is your fears this week. A little bit of silence, but I'm also getting listen to them more, or listen more when it comes to your Gemini. All right, so Cancer, I see 4 Pentacles. You still have a grudge here. You have some holding on to something. You still have a Cancer that just can't let go of control, kind of stubborn energy. They're not letting go of you, right? They're not letting go of you, but they're also not letting go of their ways. So keep that in mind, all right? They have a hard time letting people in and letting people see what's going on in their heart, right? So there's room to grow, but it could be challenging with you and a Cancer. Leo, 9 of Pentacles. Leo is all about getting their shit together. We just did Leo's reading. Leo's pulling in a new energy. All right. Leo is definitely pulling in a new energy this week. I don't know what they're going through, and I see that you're saying, some of you in the audience here is saying it's been kind of heavy. I don't know. You guys are being kicked in the ass to get back into your Leo mindset, right? Figure out, getting shake back up. So your Leo here is trying to find themselves again. So hold on. This is very promising between you and a Leo. They're rebuilding themselves. You don't have to do anything right now with a Leo except let them do their thing, and you stay true to you, and things could turn out very successful. All right, with you and a Leo. Virgo, the Death card. So this is going to be an ending or a beginning with you and a Virgo. All right. You do see that, but it's a conversation. It looks like you guys are happy with it either way. So keep that in mind. It's either time to move on from something, whether a situation, physical, mental, psychological, or, we're clearing the slate and we're trying to rebuild something. Libra, I see Knight of Cups. So Libra coming in with some love. Libra's falling in love. This could be new romance with a Libra. All right. So it feels like you got their heart. All right. You've stolen it from them. They're very interested in you. There could be, a romantic date coming in. This is always my date card, So I do see a lot of love growing here between you and a Libra. Scorpio, things moving pretty quickly this week. So it looks like where there's a will, there's a way with a Scorpio. They're very determined and focused to show up for you. So this could be a very promising week where your Scorpio decides to step up and, return, or, pick you up, or say, hey, we're on the same page. Let's go. So a huge win here for you and a Scorpio. Sagittarius, making plans with a Sagittarius. Look at this 3 of Wands here. All right. You're 1 in the 4 of Wands. So right now you're in this position here where maybe you're feeling like, all right, it's all coming together, but I'm still waiting for that doorway to open. It's opening before you know it. All right. You're moving from the 3 to the 4 of Wands, which is saying you're changing positions right now. All right. So things are starting to come together. You and another Sagittarius could be making plans to move forward. Capricorn, 7 of Cups, they got you on their mind, all right? They have, they're weighing out all their options. That's just it. I got to weigh everything out, make sure I'm making the right choice, all right? But you seem to be the cherry on top, right? You're the one they want. Aquarius, I see a tower moment with Aquarius. So I feel like something's breaking down for you in Aquarius. All right. So the good news is the tower is saying you need to face some sort of truth here. It's just whatever's happening between you and Aquarius is going to get you to the truth. So it could be uncomfortable between you and an Aquarius this week, a lot going on, but it doesn't mean that this is the outcome. It just means that you're going through some unexpected shakeups. Now, Pisces, I'm seeing the Magician. You and Pisces really got an eye for each other, wanting to make it work, wanting to see where things go. So you're at a clean slate here with a Pisces too. So it depends on how you want to view this. I see you both are very attracted to each other. You call each other in, or you're calling each other in, and you can make it work. All right. So I love you guys, and thank you for hanging out with me. And I will see you guys in membership. If you are part of the membership, I do answer personal questions for you over there. So if you want to come on over there, you can try it out. It's no obligation. You can, go monthly, cancel anytime, but you get a question from me on Tuesdays. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Angel. Thank you guys. Take care.